What is up, and happy Sutter Sunday. I guess I kind of look like a French kindergartner. I don't know what look this is. I'm kind of living for it. So today's video is all about our small little townhouse. Not like we live in a tiny home or anything. I want to say our house is about 1,400 square feet, so it's just on the smaller side. We do have to get creative with our organizing and our storage and spacing and all the stuff like that. So today I wanted to make a video about my top 10 small home hacks. So these are going to be things that I've learned along the way about what makes living in a smaller home bearable and enjoyable. If you live in a smaller house, or if you're just looking for different ways to organize, stick around and we'll jump right into the tips. Bye. Hey guys, so I am jumping right in with my very first tip, and to me this is probably my most important tip. That is that you have to create the rooms that you want to have. As you can see, our house is very open concept, which a lot of smaller homes tend to be. So you can see behind me, it just goes back and back and back, and that's it for the main living space. But I have created rooms out of all of this. So technically, where it is one big room, I've created multiple different spots that serve different purposes. That way it makes it feel like you have everything that you need in a home. Everything feels separate and it has a purpose, and you're not feeling like it's just one big open mess of furniture. So I'll go ahead and show you what I mean. Welcome to my mud room. This is where we come in our front door here. We keep our shoes under here, have our coat hook here. So it serves all the same function as your typical mud room, but it's really just this little corner when you first get in the house. Now, welcome to my office, and as you can see, it's right next to the mud room, but I've got my desk here. I can get all my work done. I also use this spot as a vanity a lot of the time. Have my mirror here. I'll sit and do my makeup because it's in front of this giant window. Now, welcome to my living room. This is definitely one of our most used spaces here, but it's nice and open. You can't see, but our office is right there and our front door is right behind you. Welcome to our dining room that is right behind the living room. And last but not least, welcome to my kitchen. And as you can see, all of these things connect, but they all have their own space and their own purpose. And it makes me feel like I have 5 rooms instead of 1. So my second tip for small house living is to repurpose your spaces. Space here is what is typically known as a kitchen office. I put that elsewhere so that we could make this our little coffee spot here, because we are big coffee people. We obviously have 2 machines here. It was just a much better use of the space to us. That leads me on to tip number 3, mini devices. Obviously we have our big coffee machine, but we also have the Nespresso Mini. And oh my gosh, it's the cutest thing ever. If you only have a small counter, having mini devices like the Nespresso, like a NutriBullet instead of a full-size blender, these are great options for saving your counter space for what you deem most important in your small space. Number 2, and that is to double your decor as storage. So many things in my house have double uses to them because we don't have room for dressers upon dressers of storage, and we have one small storage closet. We don't have a whole room. We have to be creative and make it look good. You can see we have this cute little wicker basket. It's not just the pillows. It also holds all of my camera equipment and charging devices that no one ever sees. Another example would be Beckett's storage for his toys. We got it in a cute little basket, and we make sure that it doesn't go above the brim so that if you're not looking directly into it, you don't even see that his toys are there. On to tip number 5. Tip number 5 is to purge your things often. If you live in any type of smaller space, you know that you cannot have that many things, honestly. I try to every season go through my closet, pick out not only the things that I know that I don't want, but things that were trends that I know that I'm not gonna wear the next season. And then you'll get the opportunity to either donate those things or to sell them and make some money. These things here are just my recent bags that I have purged from my closet, and I will be either donating to my local women's shelters or Goodwills, or, you know, making a quick buck. There's no reason to hold on to those things that you know you're not going to be wearing in a few months. If you live in a small home or somewhere with children, you know it gets dirty quick. And I don't mean messy, I mean dirty. I am constantly cleaning. If I wanted it to be perfectly clean, I'd be sweeping 3 times a day, mopping at least once a day, gotta vacuum. My next tip is to invest in some good cleaning help. I have 2 that I am ride or die for. This one is a cordless vacuum cleaner. This is where I can get all those crumbs that Becca dropped on the ground. I can get the small spaces. My next cleaning device is definitely a big investment, but it is the beloved Roomba. And let me tell you, once we got it for Christmas from my lovely mother-in-law, there was no looking back. This baby, we have it run every day. Near the end of the day, it gets up all the dirt. I'm not spending my time sweeping and mopping once again, and I have time to get other stuff cleaned around the house. If you have these in your house, you're gonna have a lot of time keeping your small space clean, because it's a struggle. So my next tip is another big one to me, and the one that I think makes a huge difference in your home, and that is to keep your space open. There's a lot of open space to be able to walk through the house and not have too much clutter. Another huge thing is that our furniture, a lot of them have hairpin legs or smaller legs, metal frames, and this gives it the illusion that there's just more space. That actually has helped to keep our space looking open and bright and airy and all the things that we want it to be. That's what it's all about with a small home. You gotta trick your eye into thinking you have all the space you ever wanted. Okay, on to tip number 8. Number 8 is to get creative with your storage. You're not gonna have that many obvious storage spaces like different dressers or bins that you can put around, because it's gonna make your house look so cluttered. And obviously you don't have storage rooms or crazy spaces like that if you're in a smaller home, so you gotta get creative. One example of this that I do in my home, I'll take the top of a storage bin, make a pallet for my shoes to live on, and I have all my winter shoes that I wear most often ready for me to grab and go, and I don't have to be digging through all my other shoes. Then once summer rolls around, I switch the palette around for my most worn summer shoes, and I wear those, and I tuck the winter shoes away farther underneath the bed, never to be seen.
Next tip is a kid's tip. Your kids are loft bed. There's so much more room to play.
My 10th tip for you guys, and I think it's probably the most important thing to take away from all of this, and you're really going to want to become a minimalist in a small home. Now don't get me wrong, when we first moved into this house, I was pretty much the opposite of a minimalist. I had probably 2 or 3 closets full of stuff at my parents' house, and that I was trekking from college and apartments and all that. I mean, I had like cheerleading uniforms from middle school. Newsflash, not fitting into those again. Moving into this house where we have limited closet space, we have one smaller closet that me and Derby share. We really had to cut down, see what was really important to us, and now we have things that we know that we want, that we value, and the rest is out of the house. So I'm really grateful for this time in our lives and our time as a young family, and it's really been a great learning lesson, and I hope that these are things that helped you guys and that you could carry along in your life with you too. I think it's a great thing for everybody to learn. If you guys have any organization tips at all, make sure to put them down in the comments below, because I am always collecting good ideas on how to keep my little house here a little bit tidier. You know, I'm a Marie Kondo wannabe, if you will. Let's spark joy, everybody. See you next week.